Hello, hello, hello.
A very good afternoon, everyone. It is indeed an honor and privilege to welcome you all to this technical session of finance, being held under the broad theme Sustainable Business Practices, a roadmap to Viksit Bharat 2047. As we step towards the vision of Viksit Bharat, finance emerges as a driving force that can transform our economy into one that is not only inclusive but also sustainable. This session aims to delve into innovative financial models, responsible investment patterns, sustainable fiscal modernism, and that can ensure long-term growth while balancing social and environmental responsibilities. On behalf of the School of Management, DRIEMS University, I extend a warm welcome to all our session chair, co-chairs, and rapporteurs who have joined us to share their expertise and guides today's deliberations. We are truly honored to have with us Dr. Chandrasekhar Mishra, Associate Professor at the Vinod Gupta School of Management, IIT Kharagpur, one of the India's most prestigious institute. Please give a round of applause for him. Mr. Mishra is a renowned academician whose expertise spans corporate finance, capital markets, and sustainable investment practices. His research and thought leadership have greatly contributed to the field of sustainable financial management. We warmly welcome you, sir, as the session chair for today's session. Please, sir, take your seat. We extend our heartfelt welcome to Mr. Radhanath Agasti, Vice President, HSBC Bank, India. With a strong background in banking and financial management, Mr. Agasti brings real world experience and deep insights into sustainable banking, financial inclusions, and responsible finance. It is our honor to have you, sir, as the session co chair for this technical session. Thank you, sir. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Biswajit Prasad Chattoyi, Associate Professor at Barampur University, India. Dr. Chattoyi's research focuses on rural banking, microfinance, financial stability. His scholarly contributions have made a lasting impact on the understanding of inclusion finance in India. We are delighted to have you, sir, as the session co-chair. Please, sir. A warm welcome to Dr. Himanshu Bhushan Gutschad, sir, Associate Professor at ODM Bhubaneswar School Business. Dr. Gutschad is a respected academic with expertise in finance, entrepreneurship, strategic management. His work reaches academia and industry, offering practical insights into sustainable business finance. We welcome you, sir, as the session co-chair. We are glad to have with us Dr. Sachikanta Phuntia, Assistant Professor at XIM University, Bhubaneswar. Dr. Khuntia's academic interests include financial analytics, market behavior, sustainable financial systems. His contributions to research and teaching continue to inspire the next generation of finance professionals. We welcome you, sir, as the session co-chair. Thank you, sir. Next, we extend a warm welcome to Dr. Subhashish Mohanty, Assistant Professor at Goa University, India. Dr. Mohanty's work on corporate governance, green finance, and financial sustainability has added valuable perspective to modern financial thinking. We are honored to have you, sir, as the session co-chair. Thank you, sir. Last but not the least, we have Dr. Smita Das, Assistant Professor at DREAMS University, who will serve as the rapporteur for this session. Dr. Das will not document the key deliberations but also highlight and insights from each presentation, ensuring that today's discussions are recorded and reflected in the conference. We welcome you, ma'am, and thank you for your active role in this session. With this distinguished panel leading our session, we now move on to the presentation segment. Each research paper today will shed lights on evolving landscape of sustainable finance, exploring innovative financial models, ESG investments, green bonds, inclusive policies that can shape the finance backbone of Viksit Bharat 2047. Let us now begin with this first presentation and let us know the time allotment so that we can accommodate all the valuable insights from all the presenters. All the best to all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all of you. We will start with a financial session. We will go with a brief idea about the presentation from which we will be only giving your research methodology, your objectives, and your findings with that novelities and the criteria which you have taken. And you will have to conclude it within 5 minutes, right? And after that, there will be a question hour session. Okay. So first, we will start with Ashok Kumar Patra.
Thank you. A very good afternoon, one and all present over here. I am also Kumar Patra, a research scholar, Department of Business Administration, Padmini University. My topic is, does sustainability enhance MSME's performance? A demadal analysis. Basically, a demadal analysis means whether there is a relationship between the MSME's sustainability and the performance of MSMEs. Before going to this topic, uh, there is a motivation to conduct this study. Basically, there are two school of thoughts. First school of thought is saying that the sustainability will give only some private benefits to the managers only. But the second school of thought agree with the first school of thought, but they add on that apart from that, they will give reputations, brand building, and business presence in long run. That's why it motivates me whether there is some relationship between the performance of MSMEs and the sustainability of MSMEs. Apart from that, my nobility of the study is that there is lack of research between the relationship between the performance and the sustainability of MSMEs. Okay. My objective is to examine the causal association between the performance and sustainability of MSMEs, and also emphasizing the reciprocal impact on resilience and the growth of MSMEs. Next slide. Uh, in the methodology, I have used Fuzzy Demadel methodology to basically minimize the biasness of the respondent, because my sample size is very few. In case of Demetel, it is from 9 to 30. So to minimize the biasness of the respondent, I use Fuzzy methods. Uh, and I have also used the software Studio to find the relationship between the performance and sustainability of MSME. Next slide. This is the framework where we collect the data from the experts in the linguistic form. Then we convert it to fuzzy form, a triangle fuzzy matrix, which is in the next slide. Uh, previous one. Previous one. Yeah. Uh, in the initial phase, we have to calculate the initial direct relation matrix, where we convert two triangular fuzzy numbers to the linguistic values of the respondents. Then we, in the next, try to the normalized initial direct relation matrix. Then we defuzify it. After that, in the total relation matrix, we calculate whether there is some relations between the performance and sustainability of MSME or not. Uh, then we have to check that if the values are in the threshold limit or not. Then we go for the graphical presentation, uh, which one is going for the cause factors and which are in the effect factor, and what is its impact. Okay, next slide. Then these are my criteria: economic sustainability, social sustainability, environmental sustainability, operational performance, technological performance, financial performance, and human resource performance. Next slide, please. This is how we collect the data from the exports. Next. This is the triangle fuzzy numbers. Next. Uh, this is the diagram. The right hand side is the causal factors, and the left hand is the effect factors. The upper side of the bar is the high impact variables, and the lower part is the low impact variables. Next. I found that the technological performance and financial performance has high impact on the sustainability of MSME sector. And economic sustainability is the key receivers. Means if there is some changes in the technological performance and the financial performance, then it is very much affecting to the economic sustainability. Uh, in terms of importance, uh, the financial performance shows a relatively balanced one, because if you see the in the graph, it is near to the threshold limit, so it shows a very balanced relation. It is in a cause, but it shows a balance relationship with the effect factors. Next slide, please. These are my key findings, sorry, conclusions. First one is the key drivers are technological and human resource performance. The financial performance has a moderating driver role, and the economy sustainability is the key receiver. Means anything is changing in the causal factor, mean then the economic sustainability will hamper immediately. These are my few limitations. There is due to the methodology used in this research. Uh, so there is some subjectivity and biasness issues. So we can try to minimize with few methodology like fuzzy. Okay, and next one is to process application for of the findings to other sectors. Next, thank you. Any suggestions?
Any questions?
Have you segregated that MSME categories?
Sorry?
Have you segregated the category of MSME?
No, no, sir. Basically, it is based on the expert's opinion, the dematel.
No.
Not only,
No. Is there any point where you try to figure out that what is the nature of MSME? Like suppose somebody is with a manufacturing concern or more with a service oriented enterprise or into a particular industry. So we can have a categorization because these kind of things can influence the finding. Right?
yes, sir. Please go to the previous, the previous, previous. Uh, in the criteria, there are some sub-factors on which we have calculated.
I'm talking about your sample size. There are 12 MSMEs.
No, no, 12 experts from industry,
Okay.
from academics,
Okay.
and from policy framework.
And then you have to give that justification that what would be the composition. That if you have equal composition. Okay.
One more question, like you have used R, right? You have used R. So can you just justify like why you have not used Python?
Actually, it is.
What is the data size you have?
No.
Like, that's what I'm just conveying.
It depends on the availability and the resources.
The database, whatever you use, database you have some data, right? On the basis of data, you have derived, you have concluded something.
Yes, sir.
What is the data size? How many like data was there? That's what you used R. Because R.
Sir, I am not a technical guy.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Thank you. Because R is
I have
someone
taken
wherein the
someone's help.
database is very high.
I have taken someone's help in.
No worries, no worries. So you should have some basic understanding, like I will use R. Why not Excel? Excel is the one wherein database is very limited, and if database is very high, then we will go for R or Python. So that's what I was asking. Like, what are the
Sir,
database?
if
No
I
worries. Thank you.
use Excel, then it will be very time consuming, and there is the possibility of error.
Agree. Thank
So
you.
I use
Yeah,
RStudio
yeah,
to
right.
minimize that particular error
Yeah, right.
and the time factor.
So, any idea now? Can you just guess like what was the data size? How many data was there?
No, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Next, Viksit Bharat. Viksit. Now it's 21.
Okay, madam. Good afternoon, one and all. Myself, Viksit Bharat. I'm a scholar in the Sibiram Global University. Presenting my topic is that assessing the credit risk and NPA recovery practices in India's federal commercial bank and empirical analysis. Okay. My topic is on the credit risk and NPA on the banking sector. When the normally it is the before the question and answer sessions, what is the bank, what is the role of bank, what is the already sir talked about that. But when the bank is operated, there is a some of the loss that those loss does not recover, that become the NPA and it become the credit risk. My topic on this, how the bank put some policies, some regulations to tackle this NPA and to recover the credit. So please go to the objective section because the time is limited. Yes. After studying the few of the literature survey, I find the my interest area how to recover and what are the policies now is taken by the banks. First objective is that to access the current level and trend of non-performing assets in the scheduled commercial bank in India, to compare the level of NPA across the different categories of bank, including the private, public sector, private sector bank, foreign bank, and small finance bank, to analyze the recovery of NPA through various legal and regulatory channels such as DRT, local adult, Surface Act, insolvency, and bankruptcy code, that is called IBC. And next one is to evaluate the effectiveness and efficiency of existing mechanism for the recovery of the bank loans, to examine the impact of NPA on the profitability and financial performances of banks, to provide the suggestions and recommendation for improving the NPA management and credit risk mitigations and recovery process in the Indian banking systems. That is goes to the next slide. My scope of the study examine the non-performing asset of the scheduled commercial bank. I am taking the secondary data from the 2012 13 to 2021 to 22, and that this is my the also limitation that I am not finding the data of the 2023 and 24 because all the variables are not available in the RBI sites. Go to the next slide. And I use the normal methodology like ratio analysis. In the research methodology, the study is majorly focused on the channel to analyze the try meaningful insight, to study the utilize the statistical techniques such as percentage analysis, trend analysis, ratios, average. I like this. I use the data. Next slide, sir, please. And here is I take the data. Next slide. Next. Here I collect the data from the various gross NPA and NPA from the RBI sites. The next. The- Yes. Here I find the videos by analyzing the various data of the gross NPA and NPAs, and after when the NPA is happening, automatically it impact on the profitability position of the bank. So how I analyzing and recovering mechanism, how to impact and how actually it is working, how much effectively working on the banking side. The ratio of non-performing assets to net advance across all scheduled bank in India has fluctuated between 1.7 and 6% from the data 12,012 to 2021. indicating the variations in assets quality and credit risk management practices. Public sector banks have shown a comparatively higher NPA range of 2% to 8%, reflecting greater closure to the risky assets. Because the public bank, normally government banks, when it is run, normally the government practice made the some of the regulatory bodies. They are not practicing the yet. That's why the NPA rate is increasing as compared to the private sector and foreign bank. And while private sector banks have maintained a lower rate of 0.4% to 2.4%, significantly stronger credit appraisal and monitoring system, foreign banks have reported even lower NPAs ranging from the 0.4% to 1.1% due to effective risk management practice. Yes, that's why the public bank and the government bank, they have some policies and some of the rules and regulation, but they are not adopted in the strictly manner. That's why the NPA rate is increasing. And whereas the small finance bank have recorded NPA between 0.8 and 2.7, representing the challenges of solving emerging and diverse borrower segments. And up to financial year 2021-22, a total of 39 lakh 27,404 cases were recorded to the four primary NPA recovery channels like the local and DRT, Surface Act, and IVC, involving a cumulative loan amount to like this amount.
Got set with 5 minutes. We have given.
Thus, conclusion, the studies found that the various practices like Lopradas and handle the largest number of NPA cases, and the IVC prove the most effectively recovery mechanisms. As of 2021-22, the 5,300 double loan cases were filled on the CIRP with the success rate of 66.99%. And in the last, the IVC success teams to the credit in the control approach through the delaying in averaging 180 days remain is the concern, because normally when the bank is providing the loans, they collect the loan from the other parties. They are normally provide 180 days. So this is a huge gap between the borrower and the saver. That's why bank facing the credit risk. According to this mechanism, it is the concludes that if the days is to be declined to the 90 days or less than 90 days, so it will be the helpful. That's why the public sector, private sector bank and the foreign banks, they are make the some policy, stringent policy. That's why the credit risk is declined. Sure. This is my references. And last one. Thank you. Any questions, sir, please?
Okay. First of all, you had several objectives right, in your one slide.
Yes.
Crisis objective. Maybe you examine one or two of them in this particular paper, or examine everything.
No, sir, actually in my thesis paper, it is most of the objectives, but in this paper, I focus.
That case, you must say that's the objective paper. Okay. You not say this is objective and this is. You will little scared. You're happy that you examine only one or two objectives. And also, of course, you are a sir here. We have, if you say one, last I think talked about that 180 days greater in control to make it 90 days. See, don't give a sweeping suggestion like this. Let me say neither you nor me are eligible to give suggestion like this to anyone. Because this is a art, board is there, so many discussions have taken place, then this board has come, then days have come. They'll examine possible, not possible. There are a lot of works are done. Just to say 180 to 90 days, telling that you could tell your mother the rice to cook by pressure cooker is 10 minutes, you cook in 5 minutes. So then what will mother will say? Give a tight slap. Yes, right? Both perfect, right? So just like that, so let us, you can always talk to a policymaker, find out, okay, somebody said it's possible. That then it will be a connect. Otherwise, like armchair thinking was reduced to 90 days. Yes, right? So be careful about these things. These are all suggestions for your future presentation. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I think we are done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry. That's my area. So The thing is, you have covered effective risk management.
Yes.
There is a concept called enterprise risk management, ERM.
Yes.
That would be more helpful if you would go for that one. Second is, you didn't cover RWA, risk weighted asset, which can be derived out of PD, EAD, and LGD. PD is probability of default, EAD is exposure at default, and loss given at default. If we multiply all these three, then you will get RWA. Then risk-weighted asset, the higher the risk-weighted asset, the NPA will be probable.
Yes.
More probability will be there. So I'm thinking, I'm just suggesting, like if you would cover that one, that would be great. Another one is you told 180 to 90 days. That has been reduced to 30 minutes now. Can you imagine? If you go to HSBC or any foreign bank, they can lend to commercial investors, not for personal I'm talking about. Commercial lenders, we are lending them in just 30 minutes. If we will take the help of AI, that is the internal tool which has been developed by HSBC and we are lending on that basis. If we'll take the help of AI, I think it will be a fraction of second. So it is not like 180 to 90 days. They are taking it like on their like public sector banks. They think like they are the government banks, right? They are the God. That's what their nature is. But there is no act that there should be 180 days or 90 days. That is internal arrangement. How many staffs they have? What is the file size they have? What is the ticket size? The ticket size matter, right? So there are a lot of things. So we cannot suggest them to 90 days. It has again developed until 30 minutes now. Yes. Thank you. Yes, sir. The resolution. 180 days is the resolution time. Okay. I thought like he is telling 180 days. Okay. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Just one observation. I think we'll take it in a positive spirit. That can we compare Volvo was with Maruti Alto?
Yes. Because
Both are commercial
yes.
vehicles. Volvo Boss, I am talking about Ashok Leyland Boss and Maruti Alto. Suppose if you are comparing SBI with Suryodaya Small Finance Bank,
Yes, it is not possible because everything is blended.
so at you are in which year of your PhD?
It is my final year.
Then you need to think while proceeding with your research. These are the things you should understand. Actually. Huh?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Focus on your data. Please update your data.
Okay.
Please update your data. That is essential. The NPA and the regulations regarding NPA is changing much faster than what will be. Yes, sir. So please update it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Next, serial number 70, Arijit Das. 17. Arijit Das, Komya Das, Senigupta. So next, Sadashiv Das, 16. Sadashiv Das Sharma or Jyotirmay Sahu? Not present. Monalisa Mishra, Sudhanshu Sekhar Nanda, present, sir. Purnima Barik, serial number 18. Serial number 18, sir, Purnima Barik. and perceptive pipeline.
Okay. A very good afternoon to all. I am Poonima Rani Parekh, research scholar from PhD Department of Economics, Sambalpur University, and my topic is FIIs and stock market volatility evidence from India. So, in India, equity market development received emphasis since the very first phase of liberalization in the early 80s. Additional emphasis followed after the liberalization process got widened in 1991 as the development of capital market was made an integral part of the restructuring strategy. Today, Indian market conforms to international standard, both in terms of structure and in terms of operating efficiency. The stock exchange in India have a vital role to play in the development of the country in general, industrial growth of the companies in private sector industrial growth of the companies in private sector in particular, and helps the government to raise internal resources for the implementation of various development programs in the public sector. Next slide. The growth of the nation's economy is directly correlated with the development of its security market because savings from household and institutions are converted into investment via capital market functions, which ultimately resulted in the creation of economic assets. Yeah. Uh, just, uh, just the previous one, just 2 minutes, the previous one. The entry and exit of FIIs are entirely dependent on market performance and sentiment. Their investment will increase the market indices, and while their withdrawals will make the market indices low, leading to a major changes in the host country stock market and made the market more volatile. Due to the increased volatility brought up by FIIs, significant price fluctuation will take place that cannot be ignored. That is why the present research work is carried out to analyze how FIIs will affect the stock market volatility in India. Next. My objectives are very specific to analyze the trends and patterns of FIIs flows in India and to examine the influence of foreign institutional investments on the volatility of Indian stock market. And I have taken one hypothesis that is the null and the alternative. There is no significant effect of FIIs on the volatility of Indian stock market. Next. I have divided the literature's review into three parts. The first one is the impact of FIIs on volatility of Indian stock market. Second is the volatility analysis, and the third one is the FIIs in the international stock market. For the first literature review part, these are the literatures I have studied, and the derived conclusion is next question. Next. Uh, yeah. We have taken the secondary data and the time period we have taken is from January 2001 to December 2020. 240 observation has taken into consideration. Proxy for Indian stock market are used as BSE, Sensex and NSE Nifty. And we have taken FIH as the independent variable, and dependent variables are the Sensex and Nifty. And the data sources are this Handbook of Statistics maintained by RBI, official website of SEBI, NSTL, CSTL, BSEindia.com, NSEindia.com, moneycontrol.com, and all. Next, please. To satisfy the predetermined set of my objectives, we have taken several econometrics tools have been used by using the SPSS and the eView software. We have taken the ADF test and the correlation analysis and the CARS model, which is applicable for the analysis, volatility analysis. Next. If I go to the trends and patterns of FIIs in India, we have divided that part into three. We have divided that into three parts. Trends of FIIs in Indian stock market, then trends of FII register in India, then top 10 foreign countries as FIIs in Indian stock market. So, if we look into the trends of foreign institutional investment, from the year 2008-9, their investment has in percentage, if we look into, Their investment has decreased in the year 2008 to 9. That is the financial crisis year. Then again in 2014-15, it has increased up to a very high level because in 2014-17, there is Modi government came into existence. Then in again 2016-17, it has decreased a lot because in 2016 we have monetization, and again in 2020 and 21 it has decreased up to a level because in 2020 we have COVID pandemic. Then next slide. This is the graphical representation of that table. These are the SEBI registered FIIs in India from 2001 to 2021. Next slide. Percentage share of top 10 countries as foreign investor in Indian stock market. So we have the United States of America, Mauritius, Luxembourg, Singapore, UK, Ireland, Canada, Japan, Norway, Netherlands, and all. Next, please. Next. Monthly data have taken for the period of 20 years, and monthly closing index values are taken into consideration. The entire methodology of estimating the causal relationship between
Conclusion, please.
During the initial period of liberalization, India is not in the scenario of foreign portfolio investment. But at present, India is one of the attractive destinations for their investment purpose. So if we go to the results part, there is an upward trend in FII's purpose in the Indian equity market. And second result that I have derived is a moderately positive correlation was found between FII, Sensex, and Nifty. And the third conclusion is, according to the findings of GAR's model, Sensex, one of the important barometer of Indian stock market, is way more volatile during the study period. Thank you.
Existing literature, what is the typical data time they take? How many observations they take?
What is the one more thing?
How many observations they take actually? You have taken,
Yeah, I have taken 240
no,
observation.
you have taken, but suppose you have to cite another, you have done several literature, right? What they have taken?
Around 216 to 20, they have also taken.
20 over, have they taken only monthly or they taken weekly or daily?
Sir, there is possible that we can take weekly, monthly data also, but I have taken monthly because most of the literatures have gone with the monthly data.
So that is why you are taking monthly.
Yes, sir.
So weekly, but you never tried to do it weekly?
No, sir, I have taken only the monthly.
And why did you go stop your study at 2020 data period? You now 25?
Yes, sir.
Data
Actually,
available, they are not.
yes, yes, sir. Actually, sir, this is one of my first paper that I have written for my PhD thesis. So it is a little bit older. So the data.
Always change this. This is not a always directly add value. Also say you are serious about the work, right?
Yes.
And what is the final implication? What policy suggests? You have some suggestion to say?
Yes, sir. Some policy suggestion I can say is I think the government should focus more on the if the government will it is if possible for the government to make the process of registration of FIIs in the Indian stock market. If that process will be easier for them, then there will be more possibility of their investment in Indian stock market.
It is easier. So what is the goal? Did we talk to an FII? They say no, you are not easier.
No, no, sir. It's the process is good, sir, but there may be more possibility that we can we can make the process more easier for them. That is why the investment will increase.
I think your topic is related to the volatility aspect of
Yes, sir.
the foreign institutional investors.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes.
So now, what sir is asking, I think, what we could do perhaps to narrow down that volatility. So maybe your answer should go in that line. Perhaps we can,
make a robust system where our retail investors should be educated enough and maybe well informed that even if FIIs move, that may not uh, create that much of an impact. Something of that. Sort.
Yes.
Anyway, registering FIIs today are quite easy and there's a single window clearing system. So it should not be a problem. Anyway,
Madam, that it's very difficult to figure out the contribution of this particular study to the literature, right? You have given your effort, so I'm not undermining that. Just one point I think I should appreciate with some positive academic spirit. If this topic you are exploring that FIA and Indian stock market volatility, it is confined to Indian stock market volatility with the application of a GARC model. I believe we have 195 countries, recognized countries. So can we have 195 similar studies? Then what is the motivation of confining the study to India market only?
Because for
So there's no need to answer this right now. So I think you can understand this, and you need to reflect it over in your research paper. Similarly, why only GARC model? So there is a family of a GARC, right? Why? What is the motivation of only GARC? What? What? Uh, why not? You can incorporate weekly data and check the sensitivity between the weekly as well as the monthly one. Okay. And there is many more volatility model right now in market. So GARC family is almost redundant. Okay. So I hope you can explore that. Thank you. Actually, I'm reading your past finding. That exactly. So whenever you're putting some findings, please, this is my suggestion. Please don't write generic findings. Don't write this in the news. Please don't. Please take care of that issue. Otherwise, your presentation is good. It's the past paper. Your attempt is the mistakes. Look for generic findings and generic thinking. Okay. Thank you.
Next, Adyashree Paharaj, Gyanaranjan Mahanti, Anmol Mahanti, number 4, Cuttack,
Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. And good afternoon, everyone, and respected judges and dignified delegate and fellow researcher. And today it's my privilege to say that my topic is the evaluating the efficiency of small finance bank in promoting financial inclusion, a DEA approach. Actually, this topic is the connect with the conference theme, that is the sustainable business practice and a roadmap to Viksit Bharat. Because we look toward the developed India 2047, and sustainability is not only about the protecting the environment, but it also the building inclusive and equitably financial system that uplift every section of the society in the sense of financial inclusion in the business foundation of the sustainable business practices. And now the onward path is continue. Next one.
Okay, the main problem of our society is it ensure that the every section of our society, particularly the low income and the rural population, has access to the financial service despite of the despite of the remarkable despite of the remarkable initiatives such as PM Jan Dhan Yojana, EBT, and Digital India. Too many financial people are cannot access the benefits to address this. Okay, these are the data which gives the their percentage of the different yes, small financial banks in 2019 to 2023. Yes, yes, okay. So in in this study, we are the data collected from RBI, NABARD, and other and from others. The efficiency is estimated using the data environment analysis made under the both CCR and BBC framework. The CCR model assumes that all the DMS operate at optimum scale, and there are two types of CCR: input oriented and output oriented. Also, the BBC model has two types. There are output model and the input model. Okay. So so yeah, several studies have evaluated the commercial and private cooperative bank effectively, limited empirical evidence exists on financial operating the efficiency in promoting the inclusion. This study fills the gap empirically assessing the efficiency using EA and linking it consistently with inclusion outcomes. So we take the input variables include deposit operating expenses, number of employees, em- the number of branches, and the output in variable include number of advantages, property sector, and number of rural accounts and inclusion accounts. Go to your findings. Next, next, next. So we find that the previous, 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 previous. That time, yes. Okay. Okay. So this is the efficiency scale from which varies from 0 to 1, and it shows the different efficiency scale of the 10 most small financial banks. We can see the AU small financial bank what is quite good, and other financial banks have lacked in some years. So, so the key findings are the average PCR efficiency is 0.92 and the BBC efficiency is 0.97. This means the efficiency is due to scale, not management. The banks like AU, the capital and finance were good. And the correlation insights in correlation insights we find that the rural reach out and efficiency are 0.68 and the digital inclusion correlates with 0.73. Hence, explaining the infrastructure is crucial for incorporating the equity for performance. The, the findings shows that the efficiency integrates technology and cost management
diversification, EU and other rich rural clients, other like Northeast and Jana is, is FB, uh, it- with challenges due to limited scales, it implies the inclusion and profitability can coexist.
Your conclusion.
Here's my conclusion that uh, SFB are the pivotal in Indian inclusive finance ecosystem. DA reveals that the state was the highlight of scale in efficiency and digital expansion and different regulation will enhance the efficiency. Okay.
We have only one question. Only one question. So why DE?
We have written why DEA.
Huh.
Uh,
Thank you. So,
Okay, the DEA is a uh, non-parametric situation because in parametric some uh, flexibility will lose.
to understand. If you'll be given a chance,
Hmm.
other than DA, what other methods you have?
We tried four methods and some the four methods are lacking behind
Name
in
those
some
four methods.
here writing the slide. One is ratio method and regression method and two other methods.
Suvendu Behra, serial number 5.
We go for
So, as a brief introduction for the topic, it's a new one. Yeah. Uh, good afternoon, all of our present here. Today we have present this topic about how the government expenditure impact on the resource scarce effect, otherwise popularly known as DOS disease. Don't worry, it's not the COVID pandemic. It's a cancer-causing element for your economy, where if you are not worry about how the government spending or say so-called your policy reforms, it's gradually destroy your economy. Think about the Sri Lanka, think about the Bangladesh, or so-called the landmarking effect where the economic crisis just in the pinch of the policy ignorance or so-called your government spendings. Yeah, moving the next slide. That's we have presented here. We have clearly addressed the government specific aspects. Why? Just because the government is the largest consumer or say expenditure having in the any economy, and we have in specific the DOS aspects. It's actually is the old one, but specifically addressing the DOS economy, where just because of all resource exports, the country going to be face a huge crisis. Just to limiting on, we are addressing these the suggestion of the all the policy frames or all the previous researchers that these are the policy implications, but no one address empirically. Or should say we are rarely consider someone suggesting simple data where they're testing the suggestion on. We are focusing on the only one suggestion where we testing the both the aspects of aggregated or so-called a disaggregated approach about the government spending. Moving on the slides. Let's hear about the theoretical gaps or your research gaps. We have already told you that the microeconomic consequences that's the researcher only address, and there is a theoretical suggestion only present in the data or say the past researcher. And we have the limited assistance or the limited attention given by the researchers in the specific fiscal policies. Moving on the next one. That's why we have choosing only the manufacturing. If you analyze the dust disease or so-called your resource cuts, it's actually affecting your non-resource sectors or say simple non-resource natural sectors. We have identified the keyword analysis of the first research data where we have directly associated with dust disease with the manufacturing sectors. That's why we choose the manufacturing sector as the clear indication whether the dust disease effect in your economy or not. Moving on to the next slide. Next, we have the set of objectives with the natural resource experts, whether the natural resources are still present in the developing economy or not. And the next one to estimate the effectiveness of government spendings, whether the research actually truly implicate in our real data or not. Moving on the next slides. These are the nobility we have addressed. There's the first thing the research about why we have doing the research. The first thing about the fiscal representation in the real data and the methodological representation about the two model aspects where we have clearly addressed the government spendings as the aggregated one. And the next one, we have split the government spendings in the different head across in the six government spending heads to test whether and which government spending is important for one and which one should government prioritize to enhance the manufacturing sectors. Moving the next slide. Thus, we have targeting the G20 nation and more specific to the oil resource or simple natural resource exporting countries. And these are the presentation of the GDP percentage, how the natural resource represent or say contributing to their GDP. Next one. And these are my aggregated model. We have clearly mentioned was the dependent one is your manufacturing sectors and the independent so on and starting with your natural resource exports part. And the next one about your government expenditures as a aggregated model. And the next one about the control variables, which the research or the past research supports that these are the key factors we are actually influencing the manufacturing. Just because you are addressing the government spending, so we are keep on this in the controlled variable. The next one, we have integrating a time effect where we have addressed whether these manufacturing growing is just because of the passing on time or whether the government spending actually impact exam. Moving on to the next one. And this one, my disaggregated model, where I split the government spending in six head, where we are clearly focusing on your education expenditures, research and development, and considering your social, healthcare, all sectors. They will be crucial for a sustainable economic growth. Next one. These are the control variable. That's the first researcher address that these are the key influencing factor for a manufacturing growth. Moving to the next one. There are the steps where I have addressed at the test whether my model is fit or not, and considering the coal unit issue, that's the prime condition when you're dealing with the secondary data.
Finding.
Uh,
You go to the finding then.
Then you have concluded the finding of the okay, first one, the multi-coronary effect, where next. Oh, oh, we have addressing the finding one, where we have addressed the confirming the dust disease effect still present in the growing economy. Where there's a lot of policy suggestions, so no one able to handle this issue. And the moving with the aggregate model one, yes, the government spending impacting, but the question mark, why the resource course still present in our countries. Moving with the this aggregate model, we have clearly addressed the educations, health, and the social protection. Why it's actually supporting by the theories. When the people having the basic necessity going to be fulfilled by the government, then they're going to think about the entrepreneurships. Neither nor, if you don't have the investment with you, no one think about the entrepreneurship, and no doubt there will be no growth in the manufacturing. And moving with the infrastructurals, it actually not a true representative, it's a taking it with the lag effect
then the infrastructure is going to help you. In the single year, if the government are launching that this year we have this much spending in infrastructures, nothing going to help. It is going to reflect into 4 to 5 year back when it's actually successful and the corporate sector are going to get the benefit of that infrastructures. And the landmarking, if the sustainable is the second part. It's the first step about the equitable business practice for each sector having the opportunity to grow. Otherwise, it's a dream to achieve the sustainability. We don't have the investment or say income source with us to spend or to think about the sustainability. Thank you. Sir, asking your suggestions, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, you can always expand this to take some other direction. So you can do when you have done then good track. That's what I can say.
uh, that in the data factor, sir, actually clearly where belongs to a state university where data is more costlier than the gold one. We have clearly depending upon the IMF data, World Bank, and considering our WTO database. But still, there is some missings. That's why in the methodological aspects, we have handled this in the linear regression or say regression aspects.
So other sources data that you don't have, but these data are basically publicly available.
Yes, sir.
But there is proprietary data available from databases have it.
No, sir.
Come to some other institute and do that also. What is the other source data which you don't have? One is the data are available that database because you are getting money, you cannot get it. What is that?
Sir?
Database.
CMI database, Bloomberg database, these are the key crucial for the
CMI
macroeconomics.
is for India only. That is for Indian database.
Sir?
CMI database is for Indian database. So your data is only Indian, no?
No, sir. We are considering the world effect actually.
What is that?
That's why Bloomberg database is the more appropriate for us.
Bloomberg.
Yes, sir.
Bloomberg has the data, macroeconomic.
Yes, sir.
When you talk to somebody wherever they have, of course, nowadays Bloomberg is also monitoring.
Yes, sir.
If you are using the data and they say if you are institute are not subscribed, how can you use that in Bloomberg? As a rejected now.
That's the big limitation we have, sir.
Go up to another student from that university as an author. That is the only way.
Yes, sir.
That's not a problem. See, you want to do a good work, and you have to share that.
That's sir.
That's what.
Yeah. Yes, sir. See, absolutely sure, sir. We're seeking for your help, sir.
MSCG Refinitiv also has this.
Sir?
Refinitiv, that
Sir, not able to hear.
Refinitiv.
No, sir.
No. Whether that database has this data or not, that's my question.
In the affinity database.
Refinitiv.
Sorry, sir, I have to check.
LSEG.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Then you can, maybe to limited way, I can tell. Of course, I will not give my, I don't need to my cite me author, but we have the database, so we can help you that. But of course, thank you, sir. With certain permission. It is, we also have Bloomberg. Bloomberg has one terminal, which is not possible. Okay. That is already, data gets adjusted every day, very sweet. There is so many cool images. Okay. Let us know that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Devadatta Pradhan Subhasmita Rao. So 6 people have given. Six. Just picking one row, those who have. Individual presenter. All are individual presenter. Or group presenter are there. Or group. Devadatta Pradhan and Subhasmita Das. Avinash Kumar Behra Suprabha. Serial number 7. quickly. Sakshay Jyoti, come down.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Sakshay. I am a research scholar from the Department of Business Administration, Cuttack University, under the guidance of Professor Asmita Rao. My research topic is an overview and startup of DMF fund in Odisha, a comparative analysis. Uh, Coming to the discussion about DMF, DMF stands for District Mineral Foundation Fund, and it has been established through MMRD Act 2015. In the figure, we can see that DMF fund has been allocated in two areas. One is priority areas and the other priority areas. 70% of the whatever DMF fund allocation has been done into priority areas, and 30% of the amount received in DMF fund is allocated to other priority areas. The priority areas have been discussed in the DMF Act also, which is the major source of how DMF fund has been utilized since its inception from 2015-16 to up to now. Coming to these are my literature review, which we have gone through. Right. After going through the literature review, we came to know that there is very few articles has been done on this field, and in Scopus database also there is less than 20 articles has been done in this field, and so we have gone through the secondary data. This is our research methodology. In research design, we have descriptive comparative analysis of DMF fund in three areas: how DMF funds have been allocated across sectors, and then how effectively these allocations has been utilized, and third, whether variation exists between the national level, state level, and district level. In national level, we have taken India's data from National DMA portal, which has been successfully inaugurated by Ministry of Mines since 2025 August, and we have extracted the secondary data sources from Ministry of Mines, and that is from the National DMA portal, and our government of Odisha also uh, have some district level data for DMF, and we have selected Odisha as state level because Odisha has maximum DMF fund recurring state, and in local level we have selected Kendujhar district as Kendujhar district has the in national level has the highest DMF recurring district in terms of local level. And data classification and variables, we have taken three key variables from the data sources. One is number of projects, and then it's amount sanctioned, then amount spent. Based on that, we have calculated a utilization index, which has been already calculated by the Chanda Kapoor 2022, and the same utilization index has been utilized here to compare the three levels, that is national, state, and local level. Next slide.
Please go to the findings.
Yeah. So, next finding. At the national level, when we compare the DMF data, we found that the four levels of DMF spending has been done. One is high utilization, second is moderate utilization zone, and third is low utilization, and fourth is underperformed zone. In the moderate utilizations, in the top performer, that is high utilization zone, irrigations, drinking supply, and health emerge as the best. And coming to the moderate utilization zone, perhaps due to some project approvals and inter-departmental coordinations, which may explain why the moderate area of education, welfare of women, children, and energy and water supplement are in that zone. And coming to the low performing zone, physical infrastructure, which has highest allocation, but utilization rate is lower than the other sectors when we compare in terms of the figures too. And the underperforming sectors are skill development, welfare, age, and disabled. Also, so underperformance. Maybe it is maybe due to the social security and capacity building programs face challenges. These are only specific to DMF utilization, not with policies given by the government or any programs implemented in government. Next slide. Uh, we have also tried to show what are the trends in DMF in Odisha. Odisha, why Odisha? We have taken Odisha because the most recording DMF fund from any state, it is Odisha. None other than Odisha, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh are second and third most performing state. We can see in the graph that since its inception from 2015 to 16, the DMF fund has been increasingly collected, increasingly it is being collected up to 2019-20. That is the period of DMF. There is a period of COVID-19. After COVID-19, there is a dip, and after the recovery, there is the highest peak of DMF collection has been also it can be seen in 2021 and 22. After that, a stable collection of DMA fund has been, it can be noticed here in the total collection data. From the point of view of year-wise collection data, it can be noticed that the DMA fund has been collected from majorly in Odisha from the other than coal and lignite. Rather, yes, ma'am. That's the conclusion. Next slide is related to comparative. Yes, coming to the conclusion, nationally irrigation, drinking water and health saw high utilization rate as compared to the physical infrastructure and sanitation due to the implementation challenge. And Odisha steadily DMF fund has been collected better and with allocation focused on education and infrastructure, both in utilization remain moderate. In terms of local Kendujut, despite being one of the largest recipients, displays sectoral imbalance. Education and drinking water dominate allocations, whereas skill development and sanitation and environmental initiatives are underperformed despite their high efficiency for the potential. Strengthening institutional mechanism, diversifying investment towards human development and environment, and ensuring transparency, participatory planning are essential to align DMA fund spending with its developmental objective. The study points to more primary level data. The study points require more engagement of primary data, but as the study focus more on secondary data. So our study only shows just a secondary data level analysis. We have not gone to primary level data analysis. So if we have primary level data, we can go for ordinary least square, time square method, which can be adopted for further research study. Thank you.
Any question?
Thank you.
Are you ready now? Next, Suprapant Malik. Satyabrata Malik. Devraj Behra. Serial number 10.
Wishing you all very good afternoon, respected research person, all faculty members over here, and my dear student friends. I am Devraj Behera, PhD research scholar in business administration in Department of Business Administration, Utkal University. So my topic is role of banking in sustainable development of India. So generally we know what is banking. Simple in a layman language, it is the process through which banker accepts deposits from the customers and lending money to other customers. But why nowadays banks are focusing green banking? Generally, green banking is a process through which banks are initiating different products through green based, or we can say that environmental friendly products through their investment or lending to those industries who are already turned to green or who are trying to go green, so that there is a chance for the bank to protect and preserve our natural environment. That's why I have selected the topic title, the role of green banking in sustainable development. So in this research topic, next slide. I have used 4 research objectives. The number one, to understand the role of green banking in sustainable development of a country. Second one, to highlight the initiative taken by Indian banks to make them green banking. Because if the bank will focus, they will make themselves as a green bank. There is a chance for the all the commercial banks to protect our natural environment and to reduce the carbon emission through their direct and indirectly credit to different customer enterprises. Because banks are directly or indirectly lending loan to different industries, basically heavy industries. They are directly creating carbon emission, which is the most cause for the environmental pollution. That's why banks are playing important role for our country. Then the third objective, to discuss the various initiatives or strategy using by different Indian banks to reduce carbon emission or to protect our environment. Fourth one, to find out the opportunity available for the Indian bank to make a business in a green banking, because it is not a new phenomenon, it is comparatively new phenomenon. Because most of the foreign countries, the different banks are already introduced environmental and risky policy. On the basis of their policy, they are lending loan to different industries to reduce carbon emission and to protect the environment. So these are my 4 objectives. Just as my research paper is conceptual, I am going to the last conclusion part. Conclusion, last. So as we know that all commercial banks in India playing important role in Indian financial system. That's why banks are playing important role how to reduce carbon emission and to pollute and to control the pollution and to protect the natural environment in our country. That's why my first conclusion is financial system and banks in particular have an important role to play in this context by contributing the creation of a strong and a successful low carbon economy. Because we have already discussed that banks are lending different loans to different industries. Those are directly or indirectly creating pollution through their heavy production. Then second one, banks should expand the use of environmental information in the credit extension and investment decision, which has already focused by our research person or my elder brother, Radhanath Agasthi. That was the most important conclusion of my research paper. Then third, in future business with the higher carbon footprint would be seen as a riskier business, and banks may keep themselves away from financing of business and would look for financing new technology solutions to capture or to reduce the carbon emission. Because as banks are providing different types of loans to different heavy industries, and they are producing different types of products which are directly creating pollution for our environment. So that if banks will implement the interest rate, because if any company will produce environmental friendly product or they are focusing in pro green, so that there is a chance for the bank to lend them at a low rate of interest. As a result, there is a chance for the bank to encourage or to motivate the industry how they will produce environmental friendly products, so that there is a chance for the bank to protect the environment. That's why finally banks are playing important role, and it is beneficial for the bank as well as the industry as well as our country's economic condition. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ghanshyam Mahanti? 11.
Good afternoon, sir. It's very late now.
Go only findings, updated findings.
Yeah, already late. Okay. So I am Ganesh Panti, working as Deputy General Manager in Mining Corporation. So I have admitted here as a resource point. So I am thankful to organizing committee to give me an opportunity to present my paper. So my paper is on paper initiative undertaken by Odisha Mining Corporation. So first I start from the formal concept of CSR. It is a Western concept. It finds its place in 19th century. In the beginning of 19th century, business world had started thinking over CSR. But in India, it is a part of our social life as well as religious life. So there are certain words like in Atharvaveda, procure wealth in 100 hands and distribute 1,000 hands. Another word is dana, charity. So if we go to our religious life, these words are there. Like concept like Sarvaloko Hitam. Then Vasudeva Kutumbaka. So these are the words finds place in our Indian culture, in our religious life. So the concept of CSR has emerged as a fundamental element of business philosophy and practice globally. CSR goes beyond the firm's interest to promote social good by integrating social and environmental concern in their operation. According to Article 51 of the Constitution of India, it is the fundamental duty of every individual to foster humanism and safeguard environment. So there are this photo. Next. 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 Yeah. So before going to details of CSR, I have to give some brief about OMC. So I am very happy to say that OMC is the largest state public sector undertaking in India. It was started in the year 1956 with a turnover of 1 crore only. Now it is a 25,000 crore company with a profit of 12,000 crore. So it stands 10. If we take all public sectors, it stands 10 in terms of profit. So OMC, why? Like we are a OMC is a mining company. Its main work is explore and extraction of ore from Mother Earth. So we are working against nature. OMC is working against nature. So that's why its utmost importance is how to perfectly implement the CSR policies. So these are the obligatory things under which we have to undertake CSR work. Number one is Section 135 of Companies Act. In a section, what it says, the Section 135 of Companies Act, it says you have to spend minimum 2% of your profit if you achieve a threshold target in terms of profit and turnover. Second one is to complement the SDF. Yes.
You're finding the
Yes, yes. Yes, previous one. Yes, previous one. Previous one. If we go for our CSR expenditure, so I have taken data from 2019, 20, 2023, 24, 5 years. So we have spent 57 crore in 2019-20 and reached 128 crore in 23-24. Next. These are the major areas we have spent money. These are the first areas. Promotion of quality education,
improvement of infrastructure facilities, promotion of quality healthcare facilities, then skill development, provision of safe drinking water facilities, sports, sanitation, promotion of art, culture, other activities. Next. If we see this table, so as per statute, minimum we have to spend 2% of our net PBT. But if we see this column, so minimum 2%, suppose we go to 2019-20, minimum 2% is 20.09 crore, but we have spent 57.93 crore. In 2021-22, it is 18.87, and we have spent 80.87 crore, like this. Go to next slide. So this is the graph. This green graph represents the minimum amount OMC needs to spend on CSR. But what OMC has spent, this is the orange graph, OMC has, this is the line graph, OMC has spent like this. So here as per Controller Auditor General for India, there are 83 PSUs that are working in Odisha. And they are contributing 6.3% to the of GDP of Odisha. And their turnover is 38,000 crore, out of which only OMC is contributing 25,000 crore. So as a trust bearer, so my objective is okay. So study the legal framework of CSR as per Company Act 2013.
It's okay. You can go to the conclusion. What's the study you have done? You can tell it in the conclusion.
The research paper examined the OMC corporate social responsibility initiative in details. It revealed that the company has demonstrated a strong commitment towards CSR, incorporating sustainable practices into its core operations and making a positive contribution to the society. The study highlighted a variety of CSR programs such as education and skill development, environment conservation, philanthropy activities, and community engagement initiatives, which demonstrates the company's understanding of its responsibility to stakeholders beyond shareholders. Additionally, the research revealed the benefits of OMC CSR initiatives, including reputation and brand image enhancement, employee engagement, innovation, and the creation of long-term value. The research reinforces the idea that responsible corporate behavior can bring about significant positive results both internally and externally.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Any questions, sir? Okay. Thank you. Amrita Dwivedi? Huh? Avinash Kumar Behra. Serial number 7.
Good afternoon, all.
Findings?
Yes,
Objective findings and
I will be very fast. I am Avinash Kumar Behra, research scholar from Ravenshaw University. The study which we have conducted with my supervisor, fraud triangle and greenwashing, a conceptual link between sustainability, corporate sustainability, and misreporting. In this study, we all know that greenwashing is the practice of giving an inflated or deceptive picture of a company environmental performance, that they claim we are environmental friendly, but actually they are not. That is called greenwashing in short. So in this study, we adopted or we looked into greenwashing from the lens of fraud triangle, that why and how the greenwashing is occurring or explained by the fraud triangle. For this, our objective to develop a conceptual framework that links the elements of fraud triangle, that is pressure, opportunity, and rationalization, to the greenwashing practices. Come to the conceptual. Right.
The conceptually next. Sir, sir, these two only. These two slide is important. You must learn. Okay. So in conceptually, we looked into the greenwashing, how we connected fraud triangle with the greenwashing, that why this greenwashing is happening. For the starting, the investor pressure, competitive pressure, and reputational pressure are driving the adoption of ESG reporting and score. Investors increasingly use ESG criteria to evaluate company performance and make investment decision, while global ESG regulations are becoming voluntary and mandatory. So the competition pressure is also increasing as more firms adopt ESG standard and publish disclosures. The reputational pressure is a major drive of ESG adoption. The second is the opportunity. The opportunity for company includes quick assurance due to inconsistent and ineffective ESG criteria, that a voluntary ESG standard, and limited enforcement due to voluntary and mandatory regulation. The company may justify superficial ESG action as a temporary fix or protecting their image, or justify minimal compliance. But this two slide is more important. That is my point. Okay. That in the rationalization, how they are rationalizing or why they are rationalizing, uh, the rationalization of ESG activity can be categorized into temporary fix, protecting image, and everyone does it. These are the words or rationalized word that management may use to justify their greenwashing practices. Come to the next slide. Now, this is our conceptual framework, that how they are linked with the greenwashing or ESG misreporting, and we have introduced used or developed that moderator, that governance, ESG assurance, and cultural can be the use as a used to weak the influence of pressure, opportunity, and rationalization for ESG reporting. For the final conclusion, the study reveals that greenwashing. No, sir. Sir, I have conceptual study. This is a conceptual study, that this study I have not found that. The study reveals that greenwashing in corporate sustainability reporting is a result of pressure from performance expectation, poor regulation, and psychological justification. It highlights the need for mandatory disclosure, standardized reporting, and independent assurance mechanism. The fraud angle extends beyond financial misconduct to sustainability reporting, and forensic accountants should examine ESG disclosure as a risk area. The future for the recommendation of future research should test fraud triangle proxies in ESG context to enhance their ability to identify and prevent greenwashing. And we have I have figured out the limitation. We have not conducted this empirical study. This is a conceptual study.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any question?
Curious actually with it IT. For fraud triangle, something you have done some work here. I was curious, what is the next thing you are going to do? This is okay, conceptual presentation.
Yes, sir.
How are you going to collect data? What material data in your future study?
Future study. Sir, we do not find out how the greenwashing is explained by the lens of fraud triangle, that how pressure, opportunity, and rationalization is causing the greenwashing practices. So in the next future study, we can conduct greenwashing practices study in empirical style.
Oh,
Just a suggestion, rather.
Yes, sir.
There is a like exam by sustainability climate risk management. by GAR. They are charging 60,000 for exam, right? You will get really absolute material for your research. GAR. GARP is the US exam, like you need to enroll for it. They are charging 60,000 for exam, and it is hard to pass out. But still, you will get ample material there about greenwashing and about all these details in the climate risk management. So just a suggestion. There is no question. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Amrita Dwivedi, Swayam Pragya Mahanti, Sagarika Panda, Swagatika Panda, serial number 14.
Everyone, respected chairperson, co-chairperson, and other dignitaries present here, and my dear colleagues, participants, and student friends. I am Dr. Swagatika Panda, Assistant Professor, Sikha Anusandhan University, Bhubaneswar. So now I am going to present my paper titled Role of Banking Sector in Sustainable Development for Green Banking in India. So you all know banking sector is the backbone of any country's economy. And these days, the banking is fulfilling its responsibility towards the society through education, health services, water conservation, sanitation, and plantation. So,
Only go to your objective, findings, and conclusions.
okay. So, as a responsible sector, the bank in India has adopted green banking and they present themselves as an example in front of country which is protecting from the polluted environment. So, going green is the current mantra in the banking sector. The term green encompasses many different aspects of environmental, social, and ethical responsibility. So, the term green banking refers to the subset of banking activity that prioritizes ecological issues alongside socio-economic ones. So my objectives are to study the latest sustainability development in Indian banks by appropriate green banking practices and to analyze the adoption of green banking strategies by Indian banks. And the last one is to investigate the effect of green banking practices on changing habits of the society. So come to the concept of green banking. So green banking, which integrates environmental considerations into banking practices, is not just an ethical choice but a strategic necessities for India.
Ma'am,
And the
go to your findings.
the motto behind the Green Bank was to protect the environment along with the sustainable development. So there are some methods we used in the green banking, that is online banking, green banking saving accounts, mobile banking, and the green banking strategies towards sustainable development are to promote green banking. The bank strategies have to be implemented with the workforce and the customer stakeholders, the suppliers should also be made aware about this. So green banking contribution in environmental sustainability, that is the green banking practices, helps in promoting energy efficient building, financing sustainable projects, and adopting electronic banking services to promote sustainable development. So my paper is conceptual in nature. So finally I go to the conclusion. Some suggestions are there also. So banks needs to promote more digital transaction in order to avoid paperwork and save energy, and keep pace in promoting different ways of electronic banking services. And banks should more appropriately aim at practicing green financing for sustainable development by encouraging greenhouse projects. Then come to the conclusion. Green banking contributes to environmental improvement and economic growth. And for Indian banks, the successful implementation of green banking offers a number of opportunities as well as challenges also. So, if implemented properly, then green banking will serve as a powerful ex-ante deterrent for the polluting sectors that ignores the other institutional regulatory framework. So, Indian banks must therefore employ green technologies to ensure a sustainable banking industry. Thank you.
Any questions, sir? Any further? Thank
Thank
Johanna Parveen, Subhasri Das, Neha Naik, Soham Sao. 20. Year number 20.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Subhashi Das from Sarawala Women's Autonomous College, Department of MCom Finance and Control. She is my co-fellow Sneha Naik. She also belongs from this college. So we are going to present a PPT on this topic, the role of digital banking in promoting inclusive and sustainable growth in Odisha. In India, especially rural and semi-urban areas, digital banking this also helps to reduce the financial inclusion, and it also helps to make it also helps to it also helps to people to make easy payment. So,
Go to your objective.
so,
Go to your objective part.
so these are the main objective of this of our topic, to analyze the role of banking in enhancing financial inclusion and fostering sustainable economic growth in Odisha, to understand how digital banking supports rural economic in Odisha, and to find the financial inclusion in the Odisha, and to find the what are the problems and what are the problems and challenges faced by people who use while using the digital banking, to find out the financial inclusion in the state, and to understand how digital banking is helps to promote a sustainable growth and inclusive growth, and to understand how to. So that's all from my side. Welcome. Concluded. Good. What? Continue. Okay. About the topic, actually, Odisha is the bank that Odisha bank. Okay, I'm quite nervous actually.
Don't worry.
Like that's shivering and my hands are sweating. Actually, this is our first presentation, so my legs is shivering and my hands are sweating right now. I just forgot what no, I just take digital banking, digital banking, rural or digital banking, rural or urban area रे differences को कम करूची, corruption को reduce करूची, यहाँ द्वारा ଆମେ transaction को faster କରିପାରୁଛୁ through UPI, mobile wallet, etc. ଏବଂ Thank you. କରିବା ଦରକାର ଆଉ ଏମିତି କି ମୁଁ ଓଡିଆରେ କହିବି କିଛିଟା ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆରେ ଏବେ ଏପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ବି ଡିଜିଟାଲ ଲିଟରେସି ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିନି ପୁଅର ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ କନେକ୍ସନ ଅଛି ଯାହାଫଳରେ କି ସେମାନେ ଡିଜିଟାଲ ଲିଟରେସି ମାନେ ଅନଏଜୁକେଟେଡ ଟିକେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଡିଜିଟାଲ ଲିଟରେସିକୁ ନେଇକି ଯାହାଫଳରେ କି ସେମାନେ ଆକୁ ଠିକରେ ୟୁଜ କରିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ତ ଯଦି ସେସବୁ ସମସ୍ୟା ପ୍ରତି ଫୋକସ କରାଯିବ ଯେମିତିକି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଇଣ୍ଟରନେଟ ସୁବିଧା ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କରାଯିବ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଡିଜିଟାଲ ନଲେଜ ଦିଆଯିବ ତ ସେମାନେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଡିଜିଟାଲ ଆଜିକାଲି ଡିଜିଟାଲ ହିଁ ସବୁଆଡେ ଚାଲିଛି ଆମେ ସାଧାରଣତଃ ଗୋଟେ ନାହିଁ ଗୋଟେ ପାଣି ବୋଟଲ ଗୋଟେ 10 ଟଙ୍କାର ପାଣି ବୋଟଲ କିଣିବାକୁ ଗଲେ ବି ସେମାନେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଅନଲାଇନ ପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ନା କ୍ୟାsh ବି ନଉନାହାନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି କ୍ୟାsh ନାହିଁ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ନାହିଁ ଅନଲାଇନ ପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ତ ସେମାନେ ବି ଡିଜିଟାଲ ପେମେଣ୍ଟ ଜାଣିବା ଦରକାର ସେ ଆଉ ଥରେ question ଟା ଟିକେ ଶୁଣୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଲୋକମାନେ ତା ବଦଳରେ ସେମାନେ ଚକୋଲେଟ ଦେଇ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ଧଣିଆ ଦେଇ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ଧନିଆ ପତ୍ର ଦେଇ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ଲେମ୍ବୁ ଦେଇ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି ସେ ତ ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ତ ତାଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝେଇବା ଦରକାର ସେଇଟା ସେଇଟା ଯେମିତିକି ଆରଆରବି ଡିଜିଟାଲ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କିଂ ବିଷୟରେ ସେ ରୁରାଲ
Thank you. Very good. Priyanka Seth, Sushant Kumar Naik.
you be ready with your
The 24. The 24. Their objective finding conclusion. No?
Good afternoon to all, respected dignitaries of the dais. So, I am Sushant Kumar Naik, belong to the Department of Humanities and Social Science, DRIEMS University. So, my topic is financial inclusion and sustainability, effect on socio-economic development of small and marginal farmers of Odisha. Next slide, please see the slide. So this is the part of my presentation. Next slide. Next slide. This is the conceptual framework. So what is financial inclusion basically? So these are the basic parameters which include financial inclusion, just like affordable credit, bank account, financial advice, savings, insurance. Okay. Next slide. Objective to explore the root cause of financial exclusion. In spite of government initiative to address the financial problem of vulnerable segment of population in rural Odisha. So why focus on small and marginal farmers in Odisha? These are the things. So 93% as per the data is concerned, small and marginal farmers
available in the rural areas of Odisha. Next slide. This study is based on secondary data and mixed method approach. Next slide.
So finding.
Next slide. Finding. So these are findings. In Odisha, small and marginal farmers lack a regular income around the year. It is in spite of all the government initiatives by the government of Odisha and central government also, they are not able to earn income around the year, which is supposed to accelerate the saving habits, promote decent lifestyle. This is a number one goal in the HDG 30, Sustainable Development Goal, that is zero hunger. And next one is unprivileged and low income groups remains away from the sound finance system due to the lack of awareness of financial services. And major parties, as per the data is concerned, most of the people are not using the formal financial sector, just like bank sector, and they are mostly probably depend on the SSG group and post office. Still, they are away from the financial banking, formal banking sector. Last conclusion, please next slide. This is my conclusion. So it may be considered as tool to attain multi-dimensional macroeconomic stability. So by reducing poverty and hunger in the state, that is the major aim of Sustainable Development Goal from the 17 goal of SDG. Then effectiveness and stability of the efforts and initiatives, particularly from marginal small farmers to promote financial inclusion in Odisha, does not look prominent. There is a lot of scope to study. There is a lot of areas needs to be addressed from this segment of this topic. The utmost requirement of financial inclusion for this, those are away from the financial services. There needs to be the focus should be on them. The major goals of SDG 2030, like poverty, zero hunger, good health, that is called a decent lifestyle, and reduce inequalities, which is a challenging factor nowadays. So these are things. So I have study on that. There are a lot of works to be do. So that's why this is the process of my research. So I will keep on trying to rectify and restructure it as per the topic is concerned. Sir, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
So, Jan Dhan Yojana, right? So we have covered around 50 crore account, 50 crore, and there are a lot to cover. I hope if we will focus on that, it will be a booster for banks to use your data, and that will facilitate banks also. Like if you can have a study on that, like how many rural customers are there, they had not been covered for what reason? The reason are a lot. People are like, they are opening the account, they don't know how to study the passbook.
Exactly.
And people are looting them.
Yes.
There are instances at times what is happening? Banker is keeping their passbook and they are doing the frauds.
Yes.
So I hope that can be included to your research paper. Hope that will be a
Sir, as per the data is concerned, there are 27 lakhs account in PMJDY in Odisha. So these accounts are used for DBT only.
Okay.
So actually the purpose is not that. So actually we have to create an awareness, financial awareness, how to
That is what
regularize your saving habits.
Yeah.
So nowadays, majority of the population in Odisha, that is basically small and marginal farmer is concerned, they are they're taking loans from the SSG group.
Yeah.
The interest rate of is high.
Yes.
So that is calculated monthly basis.
Yeah.
So they are far away from the formal banking sector. So this
Just a suggestion, like if you can cover those people, like 50
Yes.
crore only we open.
Yeah.
There are a lot to cover because most of the private banks are not touching them. HSBC is not including them. So ICICI, HDFC and Axis, those three players, they have covered Jan Dhan Yojana, but no other private bank is focusing on that.
Yes.
I hope that you can include to your research paper.
Okay, sir. I will take your suggestion for my
Thank you.
future studies, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The question, sir. Thank you, sir.
Mosumi Mishra.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Mohsin Mishra, research scholar of DRIEMS University. My topic is macroeconomic factors and sectoral stock performance in India. Actually, there are n numbers of macroeconomic variables that affect stock market volatility, and I have taken three to four factors. These are crude oil price, FII, unemployment rates, and gold price. Uh, okay. Yeah, because to synthesize and critically evaluate existing research on the influence of macroeconomic variables that are crude oil price, FII, unemployment rate, and gold price on Indian sectoral stock indices with a focus on FMCG, IT infrastructure, and in energy sectors. To examine and compare the methodological approaches employed in the literature, identify sector-specific sensitivity and short-run and long-run dynamics, asymmetric effects, and volatility spillovers. To highlight the strengths and limitations and areas for further inquiry, thereby offering insights useful for investors, portfolio managers, and policymakers in Indian market concept. Finding.
Go to your findings and conclusions.
The key findings are the sector that are highly sensitive to energy sector, highly sensitive to crude oil and exchange rate, and infrastructure sensitive to crude oil and FII, FMCG sensitive to inflation and gold, and IT. So overall synthesis and conclusions are crude oil price and FII are dominant drivers, and energy and infrastructures are most exposed sectors, and FMCG and IT are relatively resilient, and macroeconomic factor influence both short run, long run, and sectoral performance. Future studies must integrate evolving global events and advanced economic tools.
Any question? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Priyanka Seth. Serial number 23. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone.
How many of you are there? Left. One minute. Just only finding out of the four of them are there.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected
Findings and conclude.
yeah. So my objective, objective is to measure the level of financial inclusion in India. Uh, so we have the theoretical framework, so where we have taken the banking inclusion as the financial inclusion, where the improved the dimension of banking inclusion then leads to financial inclusion in India. These are the data source and methodology. Defined it. Conclusion. So, the evaluation finding designates are that all the dimensions of financial inclusion have been increased from the year 2004 to 2022, and the financial inclusion value of India is highest from the year 2019 to 2022 due to the implementation of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, which has been implemented in the year 2014, where 75 million
unbanked Indian with access to full range of financial services, where Singh et al. Observed that the impact of financial inclusion on the economic growth under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana scheme has been impact in the 25 states of India, which shows financial inclusion has a significantly positive impact on the economic growth of India. Thank you. The name is already there. They're not there in the name.
Avinash Patnaik.
Good afternoon to all the respected dignitaries present over here. This is Avinash Patnaik from NIS Institute of Business Administration. Thankful to my co-authors, Professor Asmita Panda and Dr. Diptimai Panda, who have helped me in doing this paper, that is CSR as a catalyst for Viksit Bharat, strengthening India's rural heartlands. And as you know, corporate social responsibility nowadays is one of the most important responsibilities which every corporates are doing. And most of them are not focusing on the rural areas. And rural areas must be focused, which is done in this paper. And rural areas must be touched to make India Viksit in next 2047. Next. So this is the, you can see the evolution traditionally. Traditionally, it was seen that only CSR is a practice, but modern mandate, it's next. Okay, okay, ma'am. This is the objective. Okay, these are the key findings of the paper. Generally, what I have gained is that basically HDFC Bank, HCL and ICICI Bank are the major contributors of CSR, and they have done huge impacts in rural India, that is education, healthcare, women empowerment, livelihood and skill development, and basically they are the top corporate contributors. And if that continues, then we can make rural India one of the best CSR initiative. Next. And this is the scope, or we can say the last one or the conclusion. Basically, my study focuses on the rural India. In the future days, it can be focused on the urban and semi-urban areas to make the study more effective. Thank you.
Good afternoon, respected dignitaries and my dear friends. I am Priyanka Samal and I'm here to uh, my objectives are to analyze the trends in credit disbursement for women self-help groups across coastal districts, assess the relationship between microfinance access and empowerment indicators, examine the sustainability of self-help groups through study of loan repayment performance, and fourth, identify the key challenges faced by fisher women in effectively assessing and utilizing microfinance services. Uh, the key challenges are despite encouraging process, several challenges continue to limit the full potential of microfinance in coastal Odisha. The distribution of credit remains uneven across districts. Seasonal income fluctuation caused by lean fishing months make repayment even difficult. Additionally, natural disasters such as cyclones, Amphan, and Yas have severely disrupted livelihoods. Limited access to technical training and digital financial services also constrains the ability of women to make most available credit. Policy implications. Credit allocation should align with the resource potential of each district to maximize. This is the policy implication after conclusion of it. Microfinance have proven to be powerful instrument for the economic and social empowerment of fisherwomen in coastal Odisha. When combined with access to resources, training, and institutional support, it creates lasting change in livelihoods and gender relations. However, empowerment must extend beyond financial inclusion. The proposed Credit Plus model, which integrates finance with capacity building, climate adaptation, and market support, offers a sustainable pathway for long-term resilience. Thank you.
Twenty-eight nine. Divam Kumar.
Kamal.
Huh? 28.
Good afternoon, everyone. Organizing committee, thanks for giving me the opportunity to present me the paper. My topic is about using smart financial tools for developed and sustainable India. I am Shivam Kamari. I am a research scholar in Cuttack University of Technology. I have made this presentation with the help of my guide Rasmi Rekha Roy and Dr. Pragya Paramita Sarangi and Dr. Jackie Samir Khan, which is from Srishti Academy of Technology Management. ठीक है, just ठीक है. So the problem for the sustainable India is growth versus clean air because industries that are making more profit, they are also generating waste, which is very harmful to the residents and also the people of our India. Yep. So industries that are generating pollution, they are thermal power, which is making electricity using coal. Then cement industries, which is used, which they build materials and road and heavy chemicals, which they also generate a lot of waste and chemical into the river. So when the companies create pollution, they also make some also effects like treating sick people and cleaning dirty rivers and lands and damage from the climate change. This is called the real price of the industry, which is uh, doing the pollution. So for the uh, reducing the pollution, the industries must use a carbon pricing. Carbon pricing means industry which is polluting more. They should uh, pay more fees because the carbon they are polluting. And this, this is yes a concept of so next, next. And so my conclusion. So conclusion is using smart financial tools. Like first one is carbon pricing, and second one is environmental cost pricing, which is the real financial tool to reduce the carbon pollution. And so thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Nadia Arif. I am from Shaila Baira Women's Autonomous College and I'm doing MCOM FNC. So, my title of my presentation is Impact of Digital Payment System on College Students for the Financial Habits. So, what is digital payment? Nowadays, everyone is stuck with the digital payment. It has made us so convenient and so easy. Like each and everyone are using digital payments app like Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytms, and many more. As it is convenient and we can go anywhere with cashless, and it is very easy for the college students. As it aims to like if you're suffering from any problems, you are able to pay it on. It's so easy. You are spending money and able to scan the QR code and pay it. Everything has its advantages and disadvantages. Same way, digital payments also have its advantages and disadvantages. Like advantages is that physical theft, you are getting less physical theft, and there's a chances of more problems like network issues. You are going in the rural areas. What happens over there is you are unable to pay at that time. At that moment, you require cash. For this case, this is we are facing some problem. Going with the next slide. Literature review. What I have collected and examined that I have got positive and negative reviews. Like it is more convenient and also it has a problem. Yes, I was not reading, I was listening. Research and digital payment system. Existing students highlight the significant influence of the digital payments finance. So my objective, research objective is that the study aims to evaluate how the digital payment system influence college students' spending and savings behavior. Like people are not thinking before spending. When they're spending, they are getting the idea like they have spent more. Next, to evaluate trust and awareness regarding security of digital payment system to explore the behavior shift from the cash to cashless transaction. Next. So, digital payment impact is that changes in the financial habits. The shift to the digital is this time. So, total increasing digital economy fostering new behavior. New youths are more dependable on the digital payments. I would like to ask how many of you are using digital payments? Anyone raise your hands? Yes. How many? All. Okay. How many of you within 24 hours haven't paid using cash? Okay, everyone is busy with Google Pay or not paying attention to my things. No issue. Moving to the next slide. Impact of digital payment. What impact till now we have faced? Like the analyst highlights how digital payment systems are transforming college students' financial habits. Like they are spending more or saving. It's quite obvious they are spending more because if you have the money, you will feel like you have to spend more. Then the habits you have, if you're giving the counseling, like some people are still not using digital platforms. Why? Because they have heard more rumors through which they are thinking the hackers may hack or any misconceptions will take place. Moving forward, reference key academic studies and reports that explores the impact of digital payment system on college students' financial habits inform future financial education and policy. Yeah, everyone needs an education for everything. Like a new software introduced, you have to say what is it. If you don't have the knowledge, no one will get to it. So moving forward, what all methodology of use is descriptive. Thank you. Uh, Thank you. Any questions? Thank you everyone for listening me patiently.
Shubham South, 25. Yeah, yeah.
Everyone. Hello everyone, my name is Sarika. This is my co-fellow Supersmita Pradhan. We are both students of Chalabala Women Autonomous College, Department of MCOM Finance and Control. My research focus on financial literacy and digital payment fraud based on empirical study of consumer in the twin city of Odisha, Cuttack and Bhubaneswar. The research objective is evaluate financial literacy and awareness of digital payment security, explore how financial education can mitigate cybersecurity threats, identify risks and challenges related to lack of financial literacy. Continue. Okay. Let's continue. So the conclusion is the study population your consists of urban young female graduate students, and this group has uh, high basic financial literacy and cyber security awareness, and also 63% people are experienced for digital payment fraud, and this group has a strong belief in the financial literacy, uh, role in the reduce digital fraud. So the recommendation is uh, uh, financial literacy. Among various programs are considered about this. Sorry. थोड़ी रखो जी. Okay.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.
ଆମେ ଚାହୁଁଛୁ ଏହା କି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ତରଫରୁ ବେସିକାଲି ଭେରିୟସ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ସବୁ କ୍ରିଏଟ କରାଯିବ ଅର୍ବାନ ଆଉ ୟଙ୍ଗ ପିପୁଲ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ, ଯାହା ଫଳରେ କି ସିଏ ତାଙ୍କର ବେଶୀ ଆୱାର ହେବେ. ସେଇଟା ହଉଛି.
Thank you so much. as a rapporteur report, I, Dr. Smita Shah, like to share that we have received a stipulated response to the respondent where 37 research papers have been come and from which 19 students have been presented. The highlight of the session contributed pathway to the sustainable future ahead that not only saves us for a better tomorrow, but for impact by tomorrow. So today we have privilege to have presentation from number of these contributors representing diverse academic and professional institutions. The session witnessed enriching discussion and scholar presentation on finance, fintech innovation, sustainable business model, and the evolving dynamic of financial ecosystem in India. The deliberation highlight the role of finance in shaping a sustainable and development of 2047. Lastly, I extend a warm welcome to all the presenter and participants, and we look forward to an engaging and intellectual stimulating discussion. Jai Hind. Regard. Thank you.
Thank you all the participators, presenters. Now I would like to call Ratidev Samal sir, Professor of DRIEMS University, to carry forward this movement and felicitate the guests. Please, sir. This is our privilege to felicitate Mr. Radhanath Agasti sir by Ratidev Samal sir. Please, sir. Please give a round of applause for them. Next, we come up with Dr. Vishwajit Prasad Satoi sir. Please give a round of applause for them. Next, we come up with Dr. Himanshu Bhushan Gutsaid sir. Please give a round of applause. Next, we come up with Sashikanta Kuntia sir. Please give a round of applause for them. Next, we come up with Dr. Subhashish Mohanty sir. Next, we come up with Dr. Smita Das, ma'am. Now, I would like to request Dr. Ratidev Samal, sir, to propose the vote of thanks. Please, sir.
Just go to things, then we'll. Yeah. So I'll just take 2 minutes. We'll wind up this technical session. Good afternoon once again to everyone. And indeed, it's a matter of great privilege and honor for me to stand before august gathering to propose vote of thanks for this technical session on sustainable finance of our national seminar on sustainable business practices, a roadmap to Viksit Bharat 2047. So, on behalf of DRIEMS University, I express my profound gratitude to session chair, Dr. Chandrasekhar Misra sir. Sir is not here. Associate Professor, VCSOM, IIT Kharagpur. I also express my deep sense of gratitude to all our co-chairs, Mr. Radhanath Agasti sir, Vice President, HSBC Bank, Dr. Vishwajit Prasad Chatoi sir, Assistant Professor, Barampur University, Dr. Himanshu Bhushan Gochayat sir, Associate Professor, ODM Business School, Dr. Sasikant Khuntia sir, Assistant Professor, XIM University, and Dr. Subhasis Mohanty sir, Assistant Professor, Goa University, for their deep insight to our today's technical session. At last, I will also express my sincere thanks to our faculty, Dr. Smita Das, for smoothly conducting the session. With this, thank you, thanks everyone. Now the technical session is over. Thank you.
The validatory session will start at